Hello and welcome to 3DigiCraft Studio. Today I will be painting a model of Spider-Man. This is the bare model showing on screen now. I will begin the priming process here in a moment. As you can see, I'm getting ready to start. That is the primer I used for this model. This is only my second video on my channel. I hope you enjoy it. I will be having a little teaser at the end of the video showing my next model after this one. After I get the priming finished, I come up into doing a zenithal highlight using white ink as shown here. After I get the zenithal sprayed with the white, I will be spraying the red. I will display the color as it comes up. It's also in an ink form, as shown there. Once I get the red laid down, I will do a little shadow enhancement. Now that I have the shadow almost finished, I will also start doing the highlights. What I did is I mixed a little white ink into the red ink, as shown here. I did notice I wasn't happy with it. It wasn't bright enough for me, so I mixed in a little yellow to make it more orange, as shown there. And I finished up the highlights. And right after that, I sealed it all in with some satin varnish, just because I'm getting ready to brush paint the blue. And I didn't want to, handling the model, I didn't want to damage any of the paint, so I wanted to seal it in. So. And I didn't show the color. When I started painting the blue, it's a Vallejo Imperial blue. I will show it after I finish the blue. I realize I didn't show it to the camera, but I will show it after I finish the blue. Also, I did have to paint 2 coats of the blue. On all the blue I have to paint. So as I go through, I will be placing a second coat. I didn't record any of it. I didn't want to waste video time doing a second coat, but I did put a second coat on. As you can see here coming up, you'll notice that the blue looks a lot fuller. It'll be coming up here in a second. There it is right here. You can see how the blue doesn't look so splotchy. Looks more uniform. And I'm going to do some of the finer details with my small brush here. As I mentioned at the beginning of the blue painting, I am about to show you the color here in a second. It'll pop up on the screen. And there it is. There's the color I used. As we get to the base here, as you can see, I have some cheap craft paints. I was doing a little bit of an experiment. I wanted to see if using a cheaper paint would work for the large bases like this, because, you know, the expensive paint, I mean, it works great, don't get me wrong, and I'll still use it on some bases, but this worked out pretty good, honestly. And I'll probably be using it on some more of my larger bases. I'll still use some of the other colors, you know, the other paints, like Vallejo and Army Painter and all that, to do those, you know, smaller details. But for the big pieces like this craft paint worked out pretty good. I'm kind of more doing a wet dry brush here. I'm putting it on pretty heavy. I just wanted to get keep some of the blacks on the black area from the priming, and then get the darker gray on here as a more of a wet coat. And I'll cover more area, and I get lighter and lighter with the paint as I go with the lighter colors. So as you'll see as it goes through. As we come up to the final color for the dry brushing here on the base, I forgot to show it to the camera again, surprise. And I just did a little still image of it over the top of the video so you guys could see the color. That should be showing up here in a second. And then after that, I moved to my spray booth to spray some Griff Charger Gray from Citadel into the shadows to kind of like enhance the shadows on the base. And I was also trying out a new camera angle, and I clipped the camera mount to the same table that I have my air compressor sitting on. So it's kind of funny. I didn't show the whole thing, but it starts shaking every time the compressor kicked on. So I just did a quick little shot of it, adding the shadows. So you'll see that in a moment too. The spray booth is coming up. A little ahead of myself with that last statement, but it should be here in a second. It's crazy, the shaking, just watch. And that is why I didn't put too much in there. Right now I'm enhancing some of the muscles by spraying that this in the shadows and the creases of his muscles here on his legs and ribs and his back. As I finish up the spraying it in the creases here, I'll be doing the highlights on the blue. I'll show the color to the camera. If you like what you've seen so far, or you want to see more of my content, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down there. Let me know if the music's good enough or anything else that you want to comment on. Be happy for any feedback. I'd appreciate it. And right after I finish the highlights here, I'll show it to the camera real quick. I'm going to spray a gloss varnish over the whole model, just as a sealer, because I'm about ready to start painting the so many black lines that Spider-Man has. And if you ever want to question your or do some real contemplative thinking, paint a Spider-Man, because this took a long time and it took a lot of patience, but it was fun nonetheless. But I didn't make you painfully watch the whole thing. I just kind of cut little pieces of it. I did a little bit of the boots, a little bit of the upper body area. I just let it play through. And in case you were wondering why I painted it as one piece, the way this model was cut, when you put the arms and the lower body and upper body and head together, there was some significant gaps that I wasn't going to be happy with if after an paint and then assemble. So I assembled it completely, sealed all the gaps, sanded it smooth, and cleaned it up, and I decided to paint it as one piece. As I finish up this boot right here, you'll see that I jump right to painting the spider on his chest because I finished it up. It was very painful. But there's nothing with the gloss clear coat. If you make a little slip or a mistake, you can take a Q-tip, wet Q-tip, and just kind of clean it up real quick while it's still wet. It wipes right off. That's what the clear coat's for too. It helps with that. And the deck tan's going to be my base coat for his lenses on his mask here. I'm going to throw that down on both lenses. And the black I use for the trim is the same Vallejo black that I use for all the webbing on his suit. As I finish up the black trim on his lenses here, I'm going to be putting a top coat of the Army Painter Fairy Dust. It's an airbrush paint, but it brushes pretty well. It gives it a like a pearlescent finish, kind of. It's a really neat look with these lenses. And as we near the end of the video here, I'd like to thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe and share with anyone. Leave a comment down below. Hope to see you next time. There will be a little teaser, like I said earlier, at the end of this video showing my next model. Once again, thanks for watching.